You know, we've heard a lot lately about the explosion of everything that's going on over here on the west side of Atlanta. And this week I had the opportunity to speak with two of the community leaders from the Howell Station Neighborhood Board, Brian Smith and Grant Knox. They gave me a great scoop of what's happening from the inside in Atlanta's newest hot spot. Let's take a look. All right, so I'm over here today in one of the specialty neighborhoods, Howell Station. If anybody knows anything about Howell Station, it's part of West Midtown. It's really a booming, popular area for renovation and rejuvenation. And I'm here with Brian Smith and Grant Knox, who are on the Howell Station board and advocates big time for the neighborhood. So I'm hoping y'all can give us some insight of to what's going on in the neighborhood. Welcome and thank you for having me today, gentlemen.
Sure, absolutely. So yeah, we moved here about 5 years ago. Bought one of the few vacant lots that were available at the time.
Now, and this lot was owned by the railroad or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was owned by Meade Westvaco at the time.
Right.
And we bought this lot from them and built a house here. And ever since then, it's been on an uphill climb.
It's changing, you know. It's funny if you even just walk around this street or drive around the neighborhood, you see all the smaller, older houses are getting replaced by these newer houses because, as you said, the Beltline is just this way 2 blocks, right?
Right.
And you're walking to West Midtown this way. What is it, about 4 blocks?
Yes.
Something like that.
Yeah. 4 blocks to King Cloud.
And there's all kinds of new development. I understand that they're redoing the Star Metals building.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, so they took both lots on either side of Howell Mill, and they are putting in a boutique hotel, retail space, apartments, condos. It's going to be a huge development.
And
over
that's on 11th Street, right?
Yes.
11th
Yeah, that's
Street.
on
So
the corner of
that's
Howell
Howell Mill and 11th Street, and that's a huge. And it's mixed use. So you've
Yes.
got what do you got? Retail space. You've got Class A office space.
Yep.
You've got a boutique hotel going in there.
Yep.
There's a lot of stuff happening over here.
And all the amenities that go along with that as well.
And then of course the Quarry Park. Everybody talks about the Quarry Park. What do you know about the Quarry Park? Tell me about that.
I'm going to leave that one up to Grant. He's on the board for that
Tell
as
me
well.
about the Quarry Park and what's going on.
Quarry Park Phase 1 is scheduled to open end of March, beginning of April.
Okay.
It'll be, I think it's approximately 20 acres of the park.
Wow.
So, and then they're already planning Phase 2.
And ultimately, that's going to be way bigger than Piedmont Park, right?
Right. It'll be the largest park in Atlanta. It's 285 acres of green space.
Wow, 285 acres of green space. And they've got really pretty like lake spots that have been made from where they dug out the quarry, from where all of our curving and stuff comes from, mostly in the city of Atlanta. Isn't that where a lot of our curves and stuff came
Most
from?
of the granite that was mined in Atlanta came from the quarry.
So the pieces that you see going alongside of our streets came from the Bellwood Quarry, which is Bellwood Quarry, right? Yeah, right here across the street. And that's just 2 blocks from here. You mentioned another one, some new condos called the Osprey that are going in.
Yeah,
what do you know about those?
So that's on Howell Mill and 10th. It is one 13-story building, 2 5-story buildings, and a 7-story parking deck. The top 2 floors are luxury penthouses, and the rest are condos and apartments.
Have you heard anything about pricing on those units yet?
I don't think they have announced pricing on those yet.
Well, if it's anything else like West Midtown, it's going to be through the roof.
Yeah.
We've seen West Midtown really change over the last few years. I mean, it was kind of the East Side Beltline was the really hot spot for a while, and now it's this West Side Beltline, which is coming through West Midtown and near the Quarry Park and near you guys, which is really going to change the landscape. I mean, it already is. We're seeing it change the landscape tremendously.
And Howell Station is unique for the Beltline in that it's one of the few areas where the transportation and pedestrian corridor will split. So the proposed pedestrian corridor will be on one side of the neighborhood, and the proposed transportation corridor will be on the other.
Oh wow, that's interesting. And something I did not know.
That's only going to happen in 2 parts of the city, and we're one of them.
Well, we're seeing things change so much, and anybody who knows anything about West Midtown, if you think about all the really cool restaurants and all the really cool venues, and your walking distance, didn't you tell me an axe throwing place?
Yeah.
Tell me what it was again?
Yeah.
Bowling and axe throwing and
Duck pin bowling, top golf.
Top golf. Top golf is a big thing around the country now.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's getting into this big thing of the top golf. And I know that you guys have been lately, there's sort of a little bit of a controversy going in here with a gas station who's trying to bring herself into the neighborhood. and the neighbors for here obviously are trying to push that back a little bit. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Is that on the books to talk about?
Yeah. So the gas station or the lot owner would like to put a gas station on the corner of Marietta Boulevard and West Marietta.
Okay.
It's an extremely busy intersection. It's a very small lot. It butts up against residential.
And from what I hear, the neighbors are all up in
Yeah,
arms
so
about this coming into place.
Yeah, we put the word out, and we sent over 60 letters to our councilmen and the Beltline.
So if you have a chance, tell your councilman no to the gas station in Howell Station.
Yeah, it's in the Beltline overlay, which is still allowed, but kind of being frowned upon at this point. So we have the support of the Beltline and our council members and the whole neighborhood to try to not let that happen to our neighborhood.
Well, we're gonna hope that it does not, because I think it would be a travesty for the neighborhood, because there's so many great things going on. So tell me, what was it that attracted you to coming into this neighborhood?
Actually, our primary attraction was the Beltline. We were looking for places to build our new home, and we got a Beltline map, and we noticed that the neighborhoods all around the Beltline were just all of a sudden just hot places to be. So we traveled around the Beltline of the proposed map, found this neighborhood. It's a great little neighborhood tucked into West Midtown.
And it is very hidden.
It
you
is
don't
very
even really
hidden.
know it's here until you come out here and see it.
And King Plow was a great example of a repurpose of an industrial complex, and we saw more and more of that happening in West Midtown and in the plans from West Midtown. So we knew this was going to be the hot place, and plus right next to the Quarry Park too.
Yeah. So you see yourself being here for a very long time.
Yes. I joke that my next move is going to be either the beach or the cemetery.
I was going to say, I think I've heard you tell me the only way you're leaving here is in a body bag. Is that what I heard?
Or the beach.
Or the beach.
One of the two.
Well, then it must be a lot of fun to live over here.
Yeah, this is a really great neighborhood. We're very social.
You have y'all have like some happy hours and stuff like that people do?
We have twice a year we kind of have a progressive type dinner, very informal, where we go to about 6 or 8 houses in the neighborhood and have a signature cocktail, have food. We have a big social event every year which raises money for the renovation of our park.
Well, and I understand you're like the kings of yard decorations for Christmas and Halloween and everything else. So you're leading the charge in yard decor,
or a lack of decorum in our decor. Yeah.
Well, your house is absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
And of course, the neighborhood is amazingly changing. And of course, us guys in real estate, we watch very closely at this neighborhood because it has become like the rapid bastion of growth and economic development for the city. I mean, it's the new East Side Beltline, to be honest with you. It really is. And with the Quarry Park, I mean, the East Side's gonna have a really hard time keeping up.
Once that park opens, it's game over. This neighborhood in this area of town is going to get so much more attention.
Well, if you had somebody that was looking over in this neighborhood, what would you tell them to look for in their new home?
Look for walkability and look for what makes you happy.
And there's a lot of that.
Yes. A lot of entertainment, restaurant options. Very walkable area.
Well, West Side and Howell Station, I mean, everything we see and we know about it is the new place to be. So, gentlemen, I appreciate y'all very much taking a couple minutes to talk to me today.
Sure.
Tell me about the hood, and we're gonna include a few little additional like shots of the neighborhood so that folks can kind of see what's going on around the area.
Yeah. Thank you, bro.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Sure.